Let me ask you something a little uncomfortable. You've got your warehouse. You've had it for years. You know exactly where the rotisserie chickens are. You know the layout by heart, and you'd never dream of shopping anywhere else. It feels loyal. It feels smart. But here's the quiet truth that loyalty doesn't want you to hear. That habit might be costing you real money every single month, and you'd never know it, because you've never seriously looked over the fence at the other side. I'm talking about Sam's Club. And if you're a die-hard Costco shopper, I already know what you're thinking. Why would I bother? I've got everything I need. But that exact thought, that comfortable, loyal, I already know best thought, is the single most expensive belief a warehouse shopper can hold. Because while you weren't looking, the other club quietly built in features, savings, and shortcuts that a lot of Costco regulars have genuinely never thought to check. And some of them plug the exact holes you complain about every time you shop. So tonight, I'm handing you 15 Sam's Club secrets that most Costco loyalists walk right past, counted down from number 15 all the way to number 1. And I'll be straight with you. The closer we get to number 1, the more it could change how you think about that membership card in your wallet. Number 1 alone might make you question which club you've been loyal to all these years. But before we even get there, there's one thing coming up. A feature that lets you skip the single most hated part of the entire warehouse experience. And once you've used it, going back feels almost painful. We'll get to it. Stay with me. Let's start the countdown. Number 15. The membership costs less than you assume. Let's start with the wall that stops most Costco shoppers before they even look. The assumption that switching or adding a membership is expensive and not worth it. Here's the thing. The base Sam's Club membership has historically come in at a lower price point than you might expect, and the club runs frequent promotions and sign-up deals that knock it down even further, sometimes bundled with credit back or gift cards that effectively make that first year cost almost nothing. A lot of Costco loyalists have simply never checked the current number because they assumed it wasn't worth the mental effort. The point isn't that one is universally cheaper than the other. The point is that you've probably been running on a price assumption you formed years ago and never updated. And in the warehouse world, an out-of-date assumption is exactly the kind of thing that quietly costs you. That I never actually checked habit is the theme of this whole video. And number 14 is the feature that Costco shoppers are the most shocked to learn exists at all. Number 14. Scan and Go lets you skip the checkout line entirely. This is the one I promised you at the top, and it's worth slowing down for. Picture the part of warehouse shopping everyone hates most. The checkout line. The cart jammed with heavy bulk items you now have to unload onto a belt, wait, watch it get scanned, then load it all back into the cart, then wheel it to your car. It's the worst few minutes of the whole trip. Sam's Club's signature app feature lets you skip almost all of it. You scan the barcode of each item with your phone as you shop, pay right there in the app and walk out, showing a digital code on your way past the exit instead of standing in a line. No belt. No unloading and reloading. No waiting behind the person with 3 full carts. For anyone who dreads that final bottleneck, and that's just about everyone, this is a genuine game changer. And it's the kind of thing a Costco loyalist would never think to look for because they've simply accepted the line as part of life. Once you've walked straight out the door without stopping, the old way feels ancient. Now, skipping the line is one thing. But number 13 is about a discount that gets applied automatically. And if you're not watching for it, you'd never even know it was there. Number 13. Instant savings get applied without a coupon. Costco shoppers are used to a certain rhythm of deals. But Sam's Club runs a system where member discounts on select items get applied automatically at checkout. No clipping, no coupon booklet, no code to remember. The savings just come off. Quietly, if you happen to be buying the right thing at the right time. The catch is exactly that. It's quiet. Because you don't have to do anything to get it, it's easy to never notice it's happening, and easy to miss out when a great one is running on something you buy anyway. The shoppers who pay attention to the current savings event's time, their bigger purchases around them and stack up real money. The ones who don't just shop blind and occasionally get lucky. For a Costco regular used to hunting for the deal, the idea of a discount that finds you is a genuinely different way to shop, if you know to watch for it. And speaking of savings that find you, Number 12 is about a membership tier that quite literally pays you back for shopping the way you already do. Number 12. The upgraded membership can hand you cash back. There's a higher tier of Sam's Club membership that gives you a percentage back on qualifying purchases as an annual reward. Money that lands back in your account just for shopping the way you already were going to. Here's the math. Nobody bothers to run. If you're a regular, heavy shopper, that yearly cashback reward can completely cover the extra cost of the upgraded tier and then keep handing you money on top of it. Spend enough across the year, and you're effectively being paid to hold the better card. A lot of people refuse the upgrade on reflex, assuming the higher price can't be worth it, and never do the simple arithmetic that would tell them otherwise. The people who run their own numbers upgrade and pocket the difference. The people who don't leave that reward sitting on the table out of pure assumption. Sound familiar? It's the same assumption trap from number 15, just wearing a different hat. Now, that upgraded tier comes with another perk that Costco shoppers would kill for. And number 11 is one of the best kept convenience secrets of the whole club. Number 11. Curbside pickup that's often free on the upper tier. Order on the app, drive up, park, and someone loads your haul straight into your trunk while you never leave the driver's seat. For plenty of shoppers, especially anyone older, anyone with a bad back, anyone who just despises pushing a heavy cart across a giant parking lot, this is the feature that changes everything. And on the upgraded membership tier, this curbside service has often come with no added fee, which is a genuinely big deal when you compare it against paying for delivery or fighting the crowds inside. You get the bulk prices of the warehouse without ever setting foot in the maze that's designed to make you overspend. For a Costco loyalist used to the full walk-the-whole-store experience, the idea of getting your warehouse haul without the walk at all is something most have never even considered checking for. Now we're heading into the top 10, and this next one is a tiny detail printed right on the shelf, the kind of thing only the sharpest shoppers ever learn to read. Number 10. Number 10. The price endings tell you the real story. Every warehouse has its own quiet language printed in the price tags, and Sam's Club is no exception. Regular, full-price items tend to end in a clean, standard number. But when you spot a price ending in an unusual digit, the odd endings that regulars have learned to look for, that's often the tell that the item has been marked down to move it out the door. It means the club wants that thing gone, and you're looking at a genuine reduction rather than the standard shelf price. There are other little signals scattered through the tags too, markers that hint an item is being cleared or won't be restocked once it's gone. Learn to actually read those endings instead of just the big number on top, and you start spotting the real deals the average shopper strolls right past. It's the exact skill-sharp Costco shoppers pride themselves on, and most of them have never thought to apply it on the other side of town. But reading the markdown is only half of it. Number 9 is about where those clearance deals hide, and it's almost never where you'd look. Number 9. The clearance is scattered on purpose. Sam's Club, like every warehouse, doesn't run one big, obvious, flashing clearance section. The deepest markdowns get scattered, tucked onto end caps, pushed to the backs of departments, parked on top shelves and in odd corners you'd have no reason to walk down. Why? Because if the clearance were easy to find, everyone would grab it, and the club would rather sell you the full price version at eye level. So the bargains stay quiet, and the people who find them feel like they've won something while everyone else pays full freight. Walk the perimeter. Check the ends of the aisles, especially in electronics, seasonal, and home goods. The markdown tags hide in the spots you'd never notice if you were just power walking toward the food. The hunters save. The strollers never even know there was a hunt. Now, number 8 is about a product. A lot of Costco shoppers refuse to try on pure loyalty, and it's costing them. Number 8. The house brand is often the name brand in disguise. Sam's Club has its own in-house label sitting quietly below the famous brands you recognize. And here's the part loyalists miss. In a surprising number of cases, those store brand products are made by the very same major manufacturers you know, sometimes in the same facilities, then packaged under the club's own name and sold for noticeably less. You're frequently getting comparable quality while paying a store brand price, and the only thing standing between you and those savings is loyalty to a logo you've seen in commercials your whole life, Costco shoppers are famously loyal to their club's house brand, but many have never given the other ones a fair shot, and they're paying extra for that stubbornness across groceries, household goods, and more. The smartest shoppers judge the product, not the label. And that willingness to actually compare leads straight into number 7, which is about comparing two things Costco shoppers assume are identical. Number 7. The online and in-club prices play a hidden game. A lot of shoppers assume the website and the physical club are one store with one set of prices. They're not, always. Some items are cheaper in the club. Some deals live only online. Shipping and handling can quietly flip which option actually wins. Treating them as identical means you sometimes overpay for convenience you didn't need, or miss an online-only price on something you assumed you had to drive out for. The savvy move, especially on anything big, electronics, appliances, furniture, is to check both before you commit. The two channels quietly compete for your money, and that competition only helps you if you bother to look. Most people pick one out of pure habit and never compare. And if there's a single thread running through this whole video, it's that habit is the thing quietly costing you. Now we're into the top 6, and this one is about the part of the trip everyone treats as a throwaway. The food court. Number 6. Number 6. The food court has its own quiet value plays. Every warehouse dangles a famously cheap food court item to make you feel like the whole place is a bargain. It's a psychological anchor as much as a meal. Bite into something that cheap, and your brain quietly files away the idea that the entire club is unbeatable on price, so you drop your guard everywhere else. Sam's Club runs its own version of this, and the value plays there are worth knowing. The combos, the deals, the items priced to pull you in. Knowing the trick doesn't mean you have to stop enjoying it. It just means you can enjoy the cheap meal without letting it talk you into treating every other price in the building as automatically fair. The food court isn't really about the food. It's about the mindset it puts you in for everything you buy afterward. And number 5 is about the single most expensive version of that dropped guard. Number 5. The bulk equals savings assumption is a trap. Here's the belief every warehouse runs on, that buying in bulk always saves money. Usually it does, but not always, and that gap is exactly where you lose. Sometimes the giant package carries a higher price per unit than a smaller size elsewhere. Sometimes the quantity is so large that a chunk of it spoils, expires, or gets shoved to the back of a cupboard and forgotten. The defense is almost embarrassingly simple. Check the unit price, the cost per ounce, per item, per sheet, printed in the small text on the tag. Compare it honestly, and be brutal about whether you'll actually finish it before it goes bad. Bulk is only a deal if you consume it. Waste is just a slow, invisible way of overpaying. And it doesn't matter which club's logo is on the box. That honesty about waste sets up number 4 perfectly, because it's about a benefit you're paying for and almost certainly ignoring. Number 4. Your membership unlocks services far beyond the aisles. The card in your wallet isn't just a key to cheap paper towels. Sam's Club members get access to a whole ecosystem most never touch. The pharmacy with genuinely discounted prescriptions, the optical centre for glasses and exams, tyres and auto service, fuel savings at the club's gas stations, travel deals, and more. For a lot of families, and especially for anyone on a fixed budget, those quiet background services can be worth more than the groceries ever were. The fuel savings alone can, for a regular driver, cover a meaningful chunk of the membership over a year. People pay full price elsewhere for things their membership already discounts, simply because they've never looked past the shelves. If you've only ever used your warehouse card to buy bulk food, you're very likely leaving real money unclaimed every single year. And that leads straight into number 3, a policy that quietly protects you long after you've paid. Number 3. The return policy is more generous than you use it. You probably know warehouses take returns. What you may not fully grasp is how forgiving the policy tends to be on a huge range of general merchandise, often with a lot of flexibility on timing, frequently without the original packaging, and with your purchase history tracked to your membership, so a lost receipt isn't the end of the world. People leave serious money on the table by not using this. The gadget that died in a few months. the item that disappointed you, the thing you ended up hating. Many of these can go back. The policy is a quiet form of insurance you already paid for, and most shoppers, out of pure inertia, treat every purchase as final the moment they hit the parking lot. Now, number 2 is the secret that exposes how both clubs keep you spending, and it's the mindset that quietly beats you every trip. Number 2, loyalty itself is the thing being sold to you. Here's the uncomfortable one. The single most valuable thing either warehouse owns isn't its prices, it's your trust. The moment you decide one club is simply the best and stop comparing, you stop noticing. You buy on autopilot. You assume the price in front of you is the lowest one possible, so you never check. And that feeling of loyalty, that comfortable certainty that you already shop at the right place, is exactly what stops you from ever looking over the fence. It's why a Costco shopper never checks Sam's Club, and why a Sam's Club shopper never checks Costco. Each one is quietly betting that your loyalty means you'll never do the math. But the best deal only means something measured against the alternatives. And if you've never seriously compared the two on the specific things you actually buy, then your loyalty isn't a smart choice. It's just a habit wearing the costume of one, which is exactly what number 1 fixes. This is the one I promised would change how you think about that card in your wallet. Number 1. The price book in your pocket beats loyalty every time. Here's the truth sitting underneath all 15 of these. Both warehouses depend on the same single thing, you not knowing what things actually cost across the fence. Every secret we've covered, from the automatic savings to the house brand, to the bulk trap to the loyalty mindset, works only because most shoppers don't carry a reliable sense of what a fair price really is. They feel like they're at the best club. But feeling is not knowing. The number 1 secret is to keep your own quiet running record of the prices of the things you buy regularly, what experienced shoppers call a price book. It doesn't need to be fancy. A simple note on your phone. Track the unit price of your real staples, the things you buy every single month, at your usual club versus the other one versus the regular grocery store. The moment you start doing this, everything shifts. You stop being a shopper who's loyal and become a shopper who knows. You'll instantly see which club genuinely wins on the items that fill your cart, which house brand is the smarter grab, and where your years of habit have quietly been costing you. Maybe your club still wins. Maybe it doesn't. But for the first time, you'll be choosing based on facts instead of a feeling someone sold you. That one habit quietly defeats every trick both clubs have, all at once, on every trip, for the rest of your life. And that's it from this one. If this made you rethink that membership card even a little, do me a favor, give it a like, share it with someone who swears by their warehouse, and subscribe so you don't miss the next one. Take care, and I'll see you in the next video.